Howdy ho. Howdy cowboys, cowpokes. Welcome to this sort of late night launch, depending on if you're, well, hi Canoe Bears. Quit breathing so loud, you're interrupting my live stream. All right, see ya. If you're a late bloomer, if you like to stay up late, I'm kind of more of a stay up late kind of guy than I'm definitely not a wake up early kind of guy. The lawyer wife is much more of a stay up late kind of whammon. And she actually will be joining us in a little bit because she wants to see this booster landing because they're using a shortfall of Gravitas and we have that Starlink connection, so we should be able to see a nice landing tonight. Let me go full screen right quick before I forget. And we'll turn the volume up here momentarily. Let's go ahead and muster up where you're from, what you munching on. Of course, I'm Kevin from Ohio, and I am drinking out of my eccentric drank mug. There's a fuzz on my mug. Just boring water because it's getting close to bedtime. Pull up the chat here, the Rumble rants. And locals members, I do have the locals chat open for you. We got Ryan Ritter. Ryan Ritter's using both chats. Look at this guy. He's on top of it. I'm here, bro. And Fremen Scums also in the locals chat. What's going on? How's my night going thus far? It's been a fun night, actually. The lawyer wife and I actually did something tonight. I'll talk about that here in a minute. He's going outside for a smoke. Okay. We're all about to watch. I'm watching some smoke right now, actually, so we have that in common. Eric Beavers, what's going on, bro? Just waiting. We're all waiting. We're all waiting to see some boom time. Make Two Sith is back as well. Coastal North Carolina, like Myrtle Beach area. Been there many times in my life. A lot of you guys are using both chats. It's funny. Cheerful Dread America. He's from America. Let me go ahead and play that one really quick.
What, is this a communist country or something? I thought this is America.
That is America. I was actually just watching the South Park 25th anniversary concert that they did in Colorado the other night. That was freaking hilarious, man. It made me thinking, I think I'd rather work for Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the creators of South Park, more than I would even like to work for Elon Musk, because it would just be, Elon's a slave driver, but it would be so much fun to work for those guys. So the lawyer wife and I tonight, it's such a beautiful night here in Ohio. Clear skies, stars were out, so we were like, hey, let's break out the old, what do you call it? Like the drive-through screen. Let's break out the projector, put it up in the backyard, because we haven't done that yet this summer. So we did that. Let me show you some pictures really quick. There's Piopes. He's sitting on the chair. Cunu's around here somewhere. Let me try a different picture. Yeah, he's not in either of those. We were watching we like to watch documentaries. We were watching a documentary on UFOs. The lawyer wife's a huge fan of UFOs. I consider myself a healthy skeptic on the subject. I think they're a nice idea. I'll believe it when I see it. Not saying they're not possible, but I like the evidence. There's Cunu running through the screen there. Yeah, it was a fun night. We had a good time. So the fact that NASA delayed this launch a couple hours because of weather was actually kind of helpful. Gave us more time to hang out. Oh, Myrtle Beach is in South Carolina. 50 miles south of me in Wilmington. Okay, gotcha. I guess that's right. Yeah, Myrtle Beach is in South Carolina. It's been a while since I've been there. It's been a while since I've gone on a real vacation. The last time I left the state was February, I think. Yeah, to go to the Starship presentation. Gosh, I need to get out more. All right, let's go ahead and turn the volume up. So I guess we should also talk about this mission really quick. So this is the second flight for this booster. It's 54 Starlink satellites to the 4 shell. Okay, landing on a shortfall of Gravitas, bobbing on the Atlantic from Slick 40, Florida. we're good to go. Let's rock this thing.
T-minus 30 seconds.
Old fart, Roger Old Fart's here too.
T-minus
I see you, bro.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engines full power. Liftoff, Starlink 423.
That is blinding. That's a big boom.
Stage 1, chamber pressure is nominal.
Hands up in the chat if you're fans of if you're a fan of night launches. I prefer day, but we do get some pretty colors at night as well. It's just easier to see things during the day. But that's a pretty cool shot right there.
You are watching Falcon 9 as it accelerates our Starlink satellites into orbit. And we caught some really cool views of the vehicle flying through the clouds there.
That's Jesse licking some clouds
Falcon
there.
Supersonic.
Falcon rocket.
And that call out that Falcon is supersonic, that means that the vehicle is traveling faster than the speed of sound.
Jesse is also obviously a late bloomer, a late night staying upper.
Max Q.
And we had a call out that we have just passed through max Q. That is the maximum dynamic pressure that the vehicle sees on ascent.
The best time for launches is
Great
right
view
at
of the
sunrise or
Falcon
right
9
at
engines.
sunset.
Invac engine
Really
chill
lights
has
up
begun.
the sky. And people think it's so awesome.
There will be three
People think they're
events
being
coming
abducted
up
by
here
aliens.
shortly, happening back to back. That will be MECO, or main engine cutoff, stage separation, and SES-1, or second stage engine start 1. Now, MECO is where all 9 of those engines that you see lit up on your screen, they will shut down in preparation for stage separation. Once the stages separate from each other, stage 1 will make its way back down to Earth, while stage 2 continues, carrying our Starlink satellites to orbit with SES-1, or second stage engine startup 1, and that's where the MVAC engine on the second stage will ignite.
This camera inside the inner stage on the left there,
And MECO.
and the right now.
Stage separation.
See this ring fly off the engine bell here in a second.
Invac ignition.
There it goes. Just for structural integrity, don't need it no mo. And there's inside the fairing halves.
Separation.
And there they go. We're $3 million for each half. Those will re-enter the atmosphere, pop,
And
shoot,
we just
spraw,
had MECO,
and
stage
they'll
separation,
fish those out of the water.
SES-1
Reuse 'em.
on your right-hand screen. You can see that MVAC engine lighting up there, and we did have confirmation of fairing deploy. Today marks the 3rd flight for both fairing halves and the 30th mission this year utilizing flight-proven fairings. We will attempt to recover the fairing halves again today to use on a future launch.
So really quick, I'm gonna turn Jesse down. So this is why like evening launches or really early morning launches as the sun's either coming up or coming down is the best. So this happened over LA a few years ago, and people were calling into 911 because they thought aliens were invading. like aliens did. And when was it when they invaded? It was like 1942 or something, and so they shot like artillery at the alien spacecraft or whatever it was, and they actually ended up killing like 5 people. I learned about that during the documentary today. Here's another one. Pretty cool shot of a Falcon rocket. So those are definitely, for me, the best time to launch rockets. Better than day and better than night. Okay, now how do I get this bar down without pausing the video? I'm just gonna have to pause it, and then I'm gonna have to back it up, and then we're gonna have to go live again. Boink. Okay. So we're looking at the second stage
This
engine.
mission marks SpaceX's 176th mission overall.
It's Merlin vacuum engine pushing the 54 Starlink satellites to a complete orbit.
Today we are carrying a stack of Starlink satellites into low Earth orbit. So far, everything is looking good on the first stage and the second stage.
Ryan Ritter, October Sky. That is a good movie. I used to show October Sky to my students.
Now, right now, you see a view of the MVAC engine on the second
I edited out the
stage,
cuss
but
words.
stage 1 is currently making its way back down to Earth. It'll utilize a couple more burns in order to touch down for landing. The first is coming up just a little over a minute and a half from now. That will be the entry burn.
Vehicles following nominal trajectories.
And good call-outs that the vehicles are on nominal trajectories. Now, the entry burn will be 3 of the 9 M1D engines reigniting. That helps slow the vehicle down as it makes its way back through the Earth's atmosphere.
She's
talking
about re-entry. They gotta slow it down because they'll slam into the Earth's atmosphere and break apart if they don't relight those first stage sea level engines. So Elsie Hickman, it's Homer Hickman's mother. Yeah, I do believe she retired in Myrtle Beach. That's how she says it in the movie, October Sky. Where are you gonna move to? Myrtle Beach. I love that movie. So re-entry should be here in about a minute. Myrtle Beach. Yeah, you got about 2 minutes, Carrie. Dose. It's such a motivating movie.
As
I
a
think
reminder,
that's
Starlink
part of the
is
job
a
of that
satellite
teacher
internet
should.
constellation designed and manufactured by.
We know what Starlink is. Yeah, October Sky is just one of those movies that inspire you to chase after your dreams, and I think that's something that teachers should really hit home at with their students to really inspire them to get after it, whatever motivates them, and especially as far as science goes, because that's where the money's at. Hey, Jones Gary Don, thank you for that Rumble Rant super chat equivalent. I appreciate that. A little gratitude from the North Carolina mountains. Awesome, man. NC Mountains. Yeah, I need to get back to the Carolinas, dude. I love the Carolinas. We went there every year to Myrtle Beach growing up. It was where we're from Ohio, and you guys know Ohioans like infest all these destination places. And Myrtle Beach is a big one for us. We also go to Florida a lot. Meg 2 saw entry burn on first stage. Need to get that on video. Yeah, you do, man. You need to share that
Same
on our
time.
locals page, bro. Check out the sparkles, the sparklers, the friction coming off those titanium grid fins, bro. All right, you're gonna miss it, Carrie. You got about 30 some seconds. Again, this should be a picture perfect clear landing, besides it being kind of dark because it's nighttime. Oh, the video shouldn't cut out on us. No, you're standing. Or you
And
can
we're
sit on my lap.
just under 20 seconds
At your
away
own
from the
peril.
landing burn beginning on the first stage. And shortly after the landing burn begins, we
snacks.
will also have SECA 1 or
Ooh, that's my
second
mug.
engine cutoff 1.
What mug you got? Ooh, I got the shirt on. Liberty or death? Yeah. Come and take it. Hey, what t-shirt contest? Here we go, Carrie. Here we go.
And the landing burn has begun on the first stage. And we are attempting to
Those grid
land
fins
on our
move.
drone ship, A Shortfall of Gravitas tonight.
Landing light deployed.
See it?
Oh,
Yeah,
come
we're
on,
good.
come
We're
on,
good.
come
We're
on,
good. It's Starlink. We're good.
And Seco.
Yeah. Little to the right.
Stage 1, landing is confirmed.
Good stuff,
And
though.
there you can see
Yeah, cool.
Falcon 9 has landed. This marks the 138th landing of an
3
orbital-class
stars.
rocket.
Nominal
110th.
orbit insertion.
This is the 110th reflight of a Falcon 9 first stage booster. And
a
we
sooty,
also
dirty
did
girl.
hear Seco 1 on the second stage.
Loss of signal, J6 and PPF.
And we also did hear a confirmation of good orbit.
How to walk up a flight of stairs for
stack
that?
of Starlink satellites
Signal, Finland.
also marks the highest ever payload mass to orbit on a recoverable Falcon 9 at 16.7 metric tons. Stage 2 is now carrying 54 Starlink satellites into low Earth
They wanted
orbit.
to push it.
And with confirmation of first stage landing and successful Seco 1, we'll wrap up today's launch coverage. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to check out SpaceX social media for confirmation of Starlink deploy.
Thank you, Carrie.
We'll see you again soon.
What they need to do is they need to get that supersized Falcon Heavy fairing going, and then launch like 100 Starlink satellites on a Falcon Heavy, right? While we're waiting for Starship. I mean, it's been way too long since we've seen a Falcon Heavy launch. Quit throwing first of all, this is my candy, and you are throwing my candy wrappers on my office floor.
Trick?
Are you gonna flash us?
No.
Oh, okay, then no.
Oh, look.
Ow.
Candy just came out of your ear.
Thank you. I'll still eat it.
Give me that. No, it's fine.
Fetch. Oh, the dogs are gonna eat. Very be
Oh,
quick
look,
about
there's
it.
another one.
She's just so impressed with yourself. She gets on camera and all of a sudden she thinks she's David Copperfield, pulling things out of me. Yeah, Falcon was a heavy girl tonight, definitely overweight, but it still worked. That fat ass.
Kevin.
Well, we're gonna wrap it up there. I'm gonna spend a few more.
Just came for the candy in the drawer. This is
There
from
was
downstairs.
I don't put my candy in the drawer anymore because she discovered it, and so I just keep it in the kitchen so it's easier for her to steal it.
Sniff it out.
Yep. All right, you guys have just a wonderful nominal Saturday night, and if you're a locals member, I did put up a power paragliding flight video for you for my supporters, so check that out. For the rest of you, I'll have like a shorter kind of music video about it up on my Cloud Liquor channel tomorrow. And then we'll be back at it with the SpaceX news for next week. Godspeed.